She looked like a snow-white angel, soft and gentle, with the kind of smile that could melt anyone's heart. But her life had been anything but gentle. Her owner, a longtime alcoholic, had kept her tied up for years. Rain or shine, cold or hot, she was left outside with no protection. The rope around her neck was tight. The ground beneath her was always either wet or dusty. There was no bed, no blanket, no shelter. When her owner got drunk, which was often, his anger fell on her. She never barked. She never fought back. She just stayed quiet, enduring it all in silence. Over time, her body grew weaker. Her bones stuck out under her dirty fur. Her legs barely worked anymore. She would lie in the same spot, her head resting on the cold ground, her eyes dull and tired. Her body was soaked from days of rain, her coat caked with mud. No one came to check on her. No one cared. She was wasting away, all alone. But one neighbor had been watching her suffer. He had seen enough. When the dog's owner broke his leg and was taken to the hospital, the neighbor took his chance and called for help. The dog had been left completely alone, still tied up, with no food or water. The neighbor knew she wouldn't survive much longer. Her body was giving up. Her eyes had lost their light. She had stopped hoping. Her rescue came just in time. Her condition was shocking. She looked like she had already given up on life. Her ribs showed. Her fur was matted and wet. She couldn't stand, and barely responded to touch. The neighbor explained that her owner never gave her proper food, just leftovers from his drinking. Old, greasy scraps that smelled like alcohol. She was so hungry she had started eating leaves. But even through all of this, she never showed anger. Just quiet, empty sadness. The rain hadn't stopped for days. Her thin body had been soaked again and again. Mud stuck to her fur, and the rope had left raw marks on her neck. She was too weak to even shake off the water. Her rescuer knew she needed immediate care. Though taking her without permission was risky, there was no other choice. Her life depended on it. The neighbor, filled with guilt and anger, promised to take responsibility. His voice shook with emotion as he asked that she be saved. At the hospital, she was barely hanging on. Her temperature was dangerously low. Her breathing was slow. The vet rushed to get her warm and comfortable. A soft bath helped her body temperature rise. She was gently dried, then wrapped in warm blankets. She didn't resist. She just lay there, eyes half closed, trusting whatever came next. Blood tests were done, and the results painted a painful picture. Her liver was damaged. Her uterus was filled with pus and blood. A mass had formed, 4 to 5 centimeters in size. The only option was surgery, but her body was far too weak. The vet explained she needed time to recover before any operation could happen. She would need 4 fluids, medicine, and rest. Her condition was fragile. The smallest setback could take her life. At first, she didn't care for food. She barely reacted when the bowl was placed in front of her. But the next morning, something small changed. A gentle tail wag, then a few bites of chicken. Slowly, her spark returned. Her appetite grew. She refused vegetables, but loved boiled eggs and meat. She started sitting up, lifting her head more. Her eyes, once dull and tired, began to shine. She also had a skin condition, but that didn't stop her from enjoying gentle touches. Every time someone reached out, she leaned in closer. It was like she had been starved of affection for years. She soaked up every pet, every word, every warm moment. A soft mat was placed under her. She had never had a mat before. Her eyes lit up when she lay down on it, like she couldn't believe something could feel so soft. Each day brought small changes. Short walks outside became her favorite time of day. Though she couldn't walk far, her tail wagged nonstop. Her strength was still building, but she was trying. Her spirit was slowly waking up. The gentle angel who had been forgotten in the cold was finally learning what warmth felt like. She still wore a cone around her neck during 4 treatments, and she didn't like it one bit. Sometimes she would nudge it with her paw or push her mat out of frustration, but her mood always softened again with a kind word or a gentle scratch behind the ears. Now, she's finally healing. Her body is still recovering, and surgery is still ahead, but the light in her eyes says everything. She knows she's safe. She knows she's loved. The pain is not over yet, but for the first time in her life, she doesn't have to face it alone. Soon, this smiling, snowy angel will walk into a brand new life. A life where kindness replaces fear. Where rain means nothing, because she'll be indoors, warm and dry. Where love isn't just a dream, but something real, something she'll never have to go without again.